a Mount St. Helens day. We are going to do some, I would say, gentle exploring. We are at the visitor center right now. I just finished with that, so it was awesome. And now I'm on a little trail just off of the visitor center. It just said it was a wetland trail and it was a mile round trip. And then it was ADA accessible. It's a lot of road noise so far, so we'll see how this goes. Also, it's a very hazy day, so I'm not exactly sure if we'll get any good Mount St. Helens views today, but that's okay. I think that's one of the things about traveling, especially in the Pacific Northwest in the summertime. We get a lot of fires, and there's fires all over. So pretty much all of Oregon and Washington just under this haze. And today's supposed to be the best of the days. So wanted to get out while it was still healthy enough to breathe out here. And when you're traveling, that's just kind of what happens, right? Like sometimes the mountain's not out, or sometimes things don't quite go as expected, and you just have to adventure anyway. So come along with me on this journey. So I'll show you the footage after this of the visitor center. I really enjoyed it. I found it super informative. I'll give a little like walkthrough of that and what I thought. And then we're doing this trail real quick, and then we're going to go on to Coldwater Lake, and then we might do a Humlocks Trail, I think it's called. We'll see. It's kind of time depending. I have a family emergency going on right now at home, so it really depends on how things are going there, if I'll have time for that or not. So yeah, that's kind of the rough itinerary of the day. I also think that there's another visitor center at the Coldwater Lake. So anyway, I'll take you along and we'll see what we check out. And yeah, let's enjoy. We're getting to a boardwalk area, so let's go check it out. See what's happening on this trail. Good morning from the Mount St. Helens Visitor Center. I'm going to check out this visitor center today. It's my first time here, and I'm super excited to learn some of the history. This mountain erupted a few years before I was born, so yeah, I'm here to learn. There is a fee. Under 6 years old, it's free. If you are between 7 and 17, it's $2.50, and then an adult is 5, and I believe a family is 15. So yeah, let's go check this out and see what we can learn. The summer hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The really great thing about this visitor center is it is really close to I-5. So if you're just traveling through the area and you want to learn about the explosion and the mountain, this is a great stop. They had a lot of exhibits. They had a really great video. It was really informative. I really learned a lot here about the history of the days leading up to the eruption, the activity that was happening prior, how the earthquakes kind of swarmed and then they quieted down. I thought it was really interesting. They had a whole section on the Native American history. I think it's really important to go over that, and I really enjoyed that part of the exhibit. And then they just had a lot of visuals of the destruction, information. They went through the timeline of the days leading up, slide by slide, which was super, super interesting. This volcano erupted a few years before I was born, but it's always been a big part of the history of the Pacific Northwest. I love anything related to kind of natural history. Seeing the destruction and all the photos, and I loved seeing the regrowth and how things have bounced back and changed. I just found this to be a really good visitor center and highly worth checking out, so you can learn if you're interested in the area. And then of course I went to the gift shop. It's always my favorite part of any visitor center, and I got a t-shirt and a sticker. And then right off the visitor center is the trail that I referenced earlier. It's a wetlands trail. I actually ended up really enjoying this trail, and I saw some wildlife here. It had a nice little boardwalk. It was super easy, really no elevation change, and it was just a nice way to stretch my legs, especially because of the weather. I didn't get to hike on this trip after all, so it was really nice to get out while I still could, while the weather was not as bad as it ended up getting later, you'll see. I really enjoyed that trail. Just a short little loop. The wetlands were awesome. Saw some wildlife. So now we're going to go on to our next spot. So either the Humlocks Trail or Coldwater Lake. I have to look at the map and see what's first. So I'll keep you posted on where we're headed next. All right, let's go. Oh, hi, Snake. As you can probably see, it is super, super smoky out. It smells like campfire out here, so I've decided not to hike today. It's hard. I've got my hiking outfit on and I want to hike, but I've hiked in this kind of smoke before, and then I've had issues breathing for a while after. So I'm just going to enjoy the day. I saw two other science centers I might go check out. So we'll see. We'll see what the day brings us. And that's kind of the fun with exploring. So anyway, this is Coldwater Creek. This Sorry, some people came in and got camera shy. Anyway, this is Coldwater Lake. This was formed after the blast. Um, so yeah, let's go. All right, that was Coldwater Lake. You can go around this whole lake in a very, I would say moderate because of the length, but 9 mile loop. And this lake is, I think, about 200 feet deep. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to come back here when it is not so smoky. Anyway, let's go check out the next one. I just got to the Science Learning Center at the Clearwater Lake Recreation Area. So this is going to be my second little museum stop. I think it's just a museum kind of day. I wasn't sure what to expect with all the smoke. I did see it was predicted, but today was like supposed to be the best day of all the days. But I think it's already reached the unhealthy level. You can't really see anything. It's so hazy. It smells like campfire. You can see the smoke. So it's kind of changing the plans a little bit, and that's okay. We can be flexible. It's part of like adventuring. So yeah, we'll have some flexibility. I am feeling, I don't know, camera shy today. Maybe it's just one of those days. So I'm filming in my car, which I don't usually do. But I don't know, I just became aware that people were watching me film at the last one, and I don't know, it just made me a little shy. I think I mentioned I do have a lot of stuff going on. Got a family emergency going on, so it's weighing pretty heavy on my mind today. So I just feel a little distracted and not quite like myself. It's a pretty big family emergency. I mean, I can't be there. There's nothing I can do about it right now. So I'm just trying to make the most of this day and distract myself, but um, it's semi working. I'm excited to go to the Science Center. And then I saw another Discovery Center I might check out on the way back through. but I guess this just isn't like the sightseeing hiking day. It's more the learning day. So yeah, let's go learn together. My second stop was the Science and Learning Center, and this one is run by the federal government. I can't remember which arm, forestry department, I think. So there is a $5 fee to park here unless you have a Northwest Forest Pass or a National Park Pass. Those will both cover your fee. And there is a video in this one, although it was super old in the 1980s. But they had lots of really great information. They did have this, what I would describe as a creepy exhibit.
Now, are there any other questions I can answer for you at this time?
You can see it here. I'll
What's
let
that
you
white
listen
flower
to it.
over there?
It's spreading through the monuments.
Curly everlasting. Good. My mom
Oh,
likes
yes, you can. Take
And
memories.
they had a
Lots
lot of really
memories.
good
Oh,
information.
thanks.
There was a ranger that did a talk, which I really enjoyed that. And I don't know if it's typical. There was a large group, so I don't know if it's part of the large group or if that's something that just happens, but I really enjoyed that. On a day that's not smoky, you can typically see here the mountain should be looking straight at it, but it was just absolutely covered in smoke. And then, of course, back to the visitor center. Here I did buy a series of postcards that showed the eruption. Super cool. And I'll let you guys listen to this ranger a little bit.
Is that sort of missing part. Huge bowl was about 1.5 miles across in diameter and about 770 feet out. That's how much it had grown in that 3-week time span, or 3 months. Sorry.
There were all these like little newspaper clippings I thought was really neat to go through. All in all, I really enjoyed this visitor center. All right, I just finished at the Science Center. I actually really enjoyed that. They had a video, it was from the 1980s here. I liked the video better at the other one, but they had a ranger do a talk. I don't know if it's typical, I probably should have asked. But he gave a talk and I learned so much. One of the coolest things that I learned is that 50 miles within the 50-mile of the blast zone, they call it the quiet zone. So you could hear the mountain slide down, but you could not hear the actual blast. They heard it down south, Seattle and Salem, or sorry, not Salem, Seattle and Portland heard the blast, but within 50 miles of Mount St. Helens, they did not hear it. I find that fascinating. Anyway, I really liked that. Um, they had this little poop guessing game, and yeah, apparently I know a lot about poo, just about like animal feces, wild animal feces. So they gave me a little sticker because I got them all right. So learn your animal poo. It's really helpful when you're out hiking so you can identify what's around. Anyway, I'm going to go see if the other place is open. One last stop. You know, you think like, okay, so you went to a couple different places and got some information. Are you going to really learn anything else? But every time I learn something new, and I learned a bunch of new stuff here. So let's go check it out. We'll see if it's open. If not, we'll travel on home. It is just the air quality is just terrible today. So anyway, just museum day, learning day. It's still good. So yeah, let's carry on. I am at my third visitor center for the day. There's like 3 right in a row. I find that so interesting. But anyway, the first one that I went to was run by the state of Washington. That one had a $5 fee. The one that I just went to was the Forest Service. There was no fee to go in, but there was a fee to park if you don't have a Northwest Forest Pass or National Park Pass. I have a National Park Pass, so it was free to go into. I'm not sure who's running this one, but it'll be something to find out. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to let you guys know which ones I thought was worth going to, which ones I would skip. And yeah, it looks like this one also has a trail. So the first one had a trail, and then this one has a trail. Looks like it's called the Forest Learning Trail Restoration and Recovery. It is a mile round trip and 250 feet of elevation gain. I'm not going to be doing that today. I don't want to breathe in any of the smoke. The more the day goes on, the worse it's getting. So I'm not going to do that this time, but I'm going to come back here for sure. I want to come back when there's beautiful skies and I want to see the mountain. So I'll come back probably soon because I'd like to experience that. But okay, let's go inside and see what this is about. Here we are at the last visitor center. This is the Forest and Discovery Center. And this was a really unexpected nice stop. They have a playground area for the kids. They had really nice facilities here at the center. It is completely free to come in here, free exhibits. They had really nice restrooms. They had a water refill station. Their exhibits were really lovely, like very well done. They had a video. It was the shortest video, but it ended up being my favorite video. I watched it twice. I found it really immersive. You really kind of put you in the moment of the explosion. And then they went more into the silent zone. So if you're interested in that, it's great. They had a hands-on exhibit. So this is good for anybody who learns by touching. You could touch all the stuff here. Geology, there's stuff about animals, all kinds of animal hides. It was really cool. And then there was a lot on logging and forestry, the history, how it kind of rebuilt the area. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a visitor center stop without going to another gift shop. I didn't buy anything at this gift shop, but it had a lot of stuff. All right, I finished the third visitor center and I saw this little thing and I was like, I wonder if this is Weyerhaeuser. And I think that it is run by Weyerhaeuser or their foundation or something. There was a lot about logging in there, but I liked it. It was free, which is nice. They had bathrooms, they have a playground and place where you can fill up your water, which is super nice. Their gift shop was really nice. I liked their video the best out of all the videos. I think they're all three worth coming to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I could pick a favorite, but I guess if I had to, I would pick the second one, the Coldwater Lake forestry one would be my pick. But I liked them all. They all offered something a little bit different. So I'll put all the footage here and you decide if you want to come to all of them or just one. And I'm wearing my new mic today. So if you noticed if the sound's better or it's worse, let me know. And if you've been to this area and you have any recommendations for hikes for when the weather clears up, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on the next hike.